Hi, I'm Damião. I'm a pro wrestler from Portugal, and you're watching CCP Podcast.
Friends of CCP Podcasting, welcome to Wrestling Spotlight. I am Chris Page, and usually we joined by John Cable, but as you guys can see, he's not here. We're going to see what happens and see if he pops in later on this evening. If he does, fantastic. If he does not, that's fine too, because, Papa Page is here. And we have got ourselves a good one tonight. If I'm not mistaken. Shout out to everybody in chat. I see Mr. Rain. I see UK Paul, 40 plus streams and counting. Max Stone has in chat. He's got 5 streams and counting. Guys, I'm glad you're here. We've had a fantastic Thursday. I hope you are all doing well. And as you can see on the screen, our topic of conversation tonight and diving deeper into the Midnight Heat, Eddie Pearl, Ricky Gibson. These two guys have been tearing it up for such a long time, and it is fantastic to see the recognition that they're starting to get as tag team more mainstream now, because these guys have been busting ass for I think since 18, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but if I feel like 2018 is where their road began. Before we get too deep into the party, guys, if you have not done so, please head on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button. We are on the way to 1,000. It was something that a while back someone told me that it was impossible to get there based on independent wrestling. And this is my fuck you to them, because it is possible, and we are almost there. We are broaching 800. 1,000 is right around the corner. I know we can get there by mid-year this year with your help. So if you enjoy what we're doing and you have not done so, please cruise over to our YouTube page. It's at CCP Podcasting on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, and you will see all of our fine content that we film. And if you're a Twitcher, why don't you come and join us, because we're live many nights out of the week. Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, all different time frames. 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday and Thursdays, 7 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. on Saturdays, 3 p.m. on Saturdays, 3 p.m. on Sundays. Guys, we have a lot of things going on here. Let's get ready and dive in. Jump straight into things. We got 7 matches tonight that I have never seen before. And if you're a first-time watcher of our Wrestling Spotlight shows, let me explain it to you real quick, and then we'll dive in. We find matches on talent that we have not seen before, and we watch them back for the first time. We had the opportunity to sit down and react to what we're seeing, or what I'm seeing in this case tonight, because I'm not sure if John's going to tag in or not. But nonetheless, it's fun. It's a good way for us to dive deeper into the bodies of work of many, many different talented independent wrestlers on the scene. And the Midnight Heat is no exception. I don't know about you guys in chat. Are you guys ready to fucking rock and roll and let's do this? Because I sure am. Let me do the things. This is why it's great to have John here, so while I'm doing my things, he could talk. Our first match. This is from Memphis Wrestling. I can't see the date on it because I can't look over my screen that hard. Reno Scum taking on the Midnight Heat. I would imagine this is a championship match. The Heat's coming in as champions here. Reno Scum, another tag team out there that has been making some waves over the last couple of years, and I look forward to seeing a little bit more from them and seeing what they do as well. Let's make it happen, guys. Let's do it in 3. Oh, what am I counting for? John's not here.
Contest is scheduled for one fall,
See?
and it is for the United World Tag Team Championship!
United World Tag Team Championship. Sorry if I blew your ears out, guys.
Here come the former champions, the Midnight Heat. We heard from the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, who said that now things are personal.
Well, then why do they have the Midnight
I think the
Heat
champs are
listed
way
as
out here.
the
They're going to
champions?
try and get the jump on the champions.
New look, maybe a new attitude, perhaps. It is great to see Ricky Gibson back. You never want an injury to befall anyone, and that was the beginning of the end of their tag team. Kazarian, look, he's like trying to huddle up here before the matchup.
Guys, and we should make mention that conspicuously absent, or I don't know if
John's
he's
gone.
absent
Let's
or
blow
no
up their
longer
information
part
so
of
you
this
guys
team.
can
I'm
see it
talking
a little
about
bit
Guy
clearer.
Tweekassetty, the manager or third man from Midnight Heat, now going by Guy Cool. Where is he?
Nowhere to be found.
Blow this screen up a little bit more.
Trying to hedge their bets are the former
There we
champions
go.
here.
Now, look at
Reno
this,
Scum.
charging
Oh,
the
look, they did. They
champions of the
blindsided
Midnight
them.
Heat.
Those bastards. I love it
Ambush
already.
by Midnight Heat to the champs, Reno Scum. Not looking like it's really paying off.
Max,
in
you're
their
100%
favor right
correct.
now. No
Memphis has
dividends to be
done
had.
a
Plenty have
fantastic
tried to
job
jump
with their
Reno
presentation and their
Scum,
production.
This is the results. You're seeing it right here. I was going to mention that Eddie Kingston said that things are now very personal with him and Danny Limelight. Of course, those two will battle for the United Wrestling Network World Title next week.
Mr.
If you
Rain,
talk
put this
about
one for you, bud.
Personal rivalries, they come no more personal than between these two teams.
Yeah, Midnight Heat in a lot of ways.
Got some
feel like
fantastic
that they
confirmations coming up for
wrongfully
Beyond the Bell,
lost those
guys. We've
championships
got
because Ricky Gibson sustained that injury,
TK
was not
Cooper of
able to
Sunshine
defend his
Machine. We're filming with
championship.
him
It was
next week.
Guy Tweekassetty,
Oh!
essentially, that lost it for them.
Just
Well, it was
collided
either
them on
that
the
or
floor
forfeit
there.
the titles. They had a
We're stepping
mandatory
into
title
France.
defense.
We've got our first
The
guest
committee
from
had spoken by
France
way of
joining us on Sunday
Johnny
for
LaQuasto, and
Beyond the
the
Bell.
match was made.
They call it the
And
Freebird.
a lot
That's where
lined
you're a
up
team
coming
of
up in
three that any
2025, guys. Stay
combination of
tuned
the three
because
can
shit's
defend the
about to
titles.
go
That's the situation that
kaboom.
Midnight Heat found themselves in.
Match
And,
finally
well,
underway.
Reno Scum capitalized.
Bodega has done that in the past. Teams like Pac 3 just didn't work out. Look at this.
Oh!
Tello Street spike in the
Okay.
opening seconds of this thing. And this might be
Step
over
up double
in
stomp
a
to the
hurry.
back.
Yeah,
That
they
was
don't pay Reno Scum by the hour. Eddie Pearl looking in a bad way.
Pearl's
New
not
look
happy
and
with
all
that, nor
in
should
the
he be.
deep end against the Reno Scum.
Former champs came out here with bad intentions, tried to sneak attack the champs, backfired, and it's
I
been
wouldn't call
all
it bad
Reno Scum
intentions.
ever
They're just
since.
trying to get
Big
the jump
elbow
on
drop there
things,
by
man. Like,
Thornstowe, looking to make quick work
what's
of the former
wrong
champs.
with that?
Only a count of one.
Nothing.
Scum, when they defeated the Midnight Heat, albeit with Guy Tweekassetty, became the longest reigning United World Tag Team Champions ever. Nearly 600 days combined
Here
over
we
the
go.
course of 3 reigns. The first
Pearl
team to
just
ever have
ate
3
the
reigns, guys.
turnbuckle.
Took the
Incredible history's
titles.
made. Oh, look at Eddie just swinging in empty air there.
I
Reno
love
Scum
that.
took the
That was
titles all the way out,
fantastic.
defended them in Wenzhou, China as well. Truly.
This guy right here
World Tag
has
Team
got
title
the
holders
best mohawk and
going
mutton
to work.
chops
And this
in
isn't
the
where
game
you want
right
to be
now.
with the big guy, where he's got you in the corner and can just dish out the punishment.
Yeah, Lester the Legend looking to start picking Eddie apart, but that equalizer,
Gibson.
thumb to the
There it
eye,
is.
and now it's sending Lester into the boot of Ricky Gibson. That dog won't hunt.
That-
and Lester teeing off.
That
Both
did
members
not
of
end
Midnight
well
Heat.
for them at all.
The red carpet.
Cat
rumble
Jones,
coming your
welcome,
way in a
sweetheart. It's
couple
good to have
weeks.
you
Can
back.
Imagine if Lester was in that thing. the
Checking
damage
out a little
he could do,
Midnight
bodies
Heat
would be
action
flying.
tonight.
The thing about
Eddie
the
Pearl,
Rumble
Ricky
is it's
Gibson.
every man for himself, and
Over on
the
Instagram, guys,
scenario
Precious
changes
_
every
Eddie
60
_ Pearl.
seconds.
Over
Every
on
time
X, it's
somebody comes
Is
to the
Eddie
back,
Booked.
comes to the curtain, it
Ricky
changes
Gibson
the
has
stage
made it simple
inside
on
the
all
ring.
forms of social
As
media,
chaotic
rocking
as it is
Ricky
exciting. Just like this
YG.
tag team title match.
Midnight
Oh
Heat
my
over on
goodness, just
YouTube, and
stoving
again,
in the chest.
ProWrestlingTees.com /
It's,
Midnight Heat. We'll get you
adjacent
some
to
merch.
Mesa, Arizona,
Help them
apparently.
out.
What kind of deodorant do you think Lester uses?
What'd you
Slim
think
and
about that,
None, and
Max,
Slim
when you
just-
saw him live? What show was it?
left out.
What can you remember about it? Tell me
Here
about
we
it while
go.
we're watching them. Oh, we're going to Pity
Look
City.
out here, one-way trip. Eddie.
Well, if Lester uses Slim, then I would guess that Thornstowe uses none by the face.
Eddie would
that
better be able
Precious
to
Eddie's
testify
making.
to that.
I think he went from precious
Oof.
Eddie to putrid
Oof.
Eddie in a hurry.
Oh, they're clubbering.
Yeah, they call it the biggest little beatdown because they hail, of course, from Reno, Nevada, biggest little city.
Eddie needs to make a tag in the worst way. Ricky Gibson.
Ricky looked like he didn't want none of that.
Yet.
This has been a one-sided affair, guys. And when you think that the Midnight Heat, former 2-time title holders, man, how dominant are the champions?
Who is going to be able to end the reign of the Reno Scum if they're this honed and this focused? Able to stave off that ambush attempt. Midnight Heat are the ones that ambushed Reno Scum, and get a look at Midnight Heat right now.
Those are some of the best nights out, brother.
Uh-oh, not again.
Those random
Going
shows
back
that you
for
stumble
seconds.
across. They're great. Oh, we got
Back
Pity
for
City.
seconds.
Pucker up, Precious Eddie.
We got to take a break.
Eddie is just
Precious
getting
Eddie wishes he
pummeled
could
here by
catch a
Reno
break. We'll be
Scum.
back right after this.
Don't worry. It's fake. But fake meds, that's a different story.
I usually don't have commercials. I bet you it's on the video. Oh, okay. I got you.
What in the world?
I can't let you drive without calling
we're not about to sit through a commercial, guys. There we go. Papa Page knows what to do now.
Wrestling Network action presented by Car Shield World Tag Team titles on the line. Scoop and a slam.
Well, Max, if you remembered them all these years later, and that was in 08 and 09, then they did the job.
Into the cover.
Oh, nobody home for Gibson. Not
You were
okay.
saying that for Midnight Heat during the break, they didn't get in very far. It has been all Reno Scum since the opening going to this match.
It has been. Reno Scum has dominated since turning. Oh,
look at that.
very smart right there.
Caught the whole brunt of that turnbuckle. That was nasty stuff.
That was smart. That wasn't nasty. That was smart.
Hard to breathe.
That could be the momentum swing that Midnight Heat absolutely needed. Eddie begging off from Lester the Legend, but yeah, that was absolutely nasty spill to Adam Thornstow.
Pearl shoots him into the. Oh, I was gonna say shoot him into the corner. No, Gibson threw a knee up there. That was sweet.
I'll give credit for one thing for the
one thing that I've always
champions
liked
here,
about the
Gilbert.
Midnight Heat,
When
some of
they
the stuff
have
that I've seen from
advantage,
in the
few
past,
teams are as
is their
skilled at cutting
throwback
off the
to
ring
classic
and
old school
isolating
tag team
one man.
wrestling.
Listen,
I
the tag
can
team
never
division
get
in the United
enough
Wrestling
of
Network is fiercely
throwbacks
competitive. The fact that
to
Midnight
tag team
Heat is
wrestling.
two-time
It
former
is.
champions, that
It makes
says
me
something
smile.
about the kind
I
of
love the
athletes
little
that they
things.
are.
I love the little cutoffs and the little nuances, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that throughout the night.
Underhanded or not, it's
I
working
can
for
tell you
Midnight
guys as we're
Defeated Beef
watching
Candy
this
at one
bad
time,
boy
and of
right
course
here. Let me tell you the lineup that I found.
Bodega.
How about the Midnight Heat versus Sanity for the
Two top
Progress
teams in
Tag Team
history. Here's the
Championship?
cover. Didn't hook the leg. You're not going to put.
How about the
away
Heat
Adam
versus
Thornstow.
Flamin Aces versus Los Suavecitos? Suavecitos. I probably mispronounced that, and I apologize.
Bad strategy there, but there you see the
Midnight Heat versus the Workhorsemen.
Thornstow back in, and now Midnight Heat have
And this is
their
one
way.
I'm really looking
Fundamental
forward to.
tag team wrestling, that is
SCU,
Midnight Heat.
Kazarian,
They're
and
gonna
Scorpio
isolate
Sky.
and conquer. They're gonna make sure their opponent stays on
We've
their
got
side of the ring.
a regular
Quick
tag
tags
team
in and
match.
out
Shout
of the
out
ring, and
with the
Precious
Heat
Eddie
versus the
must have heard
Flamin'
you,
Aces,
James,
and we're going to end it with
We talked about
tables,
their tag
ladders,
team
and
title
chairs
reigns.
from
Let's talk about
Roseland
other
6
big matches,
versus
you know, for the
C4.
Midnight Heat and United
I
Wrestling
think I've
Network.
put us
We
together
took
a
a look at
solid
it
show
recently.
tonight,
Back
guys.
elbow there by Rockin' Ricky. He rocked Thornstow. How about the victory that the Midnight Heat had?
Goth,
over
I'll
the
be with
Bollywood
you
Boys?
tomorrow
That was
morning,
impressive.
6 a.m.
Absolutely incredible. So incredibly decorated and battle tested are really both of these teams. As great as tag team wrestling you will find. And look at Eddie getting
Look at Eddie getting into the camera. I love it.
But notice the maneuver here from Ricky G. What was wounded on Thornstone? It was the neck. It was the throat. So you torque back on the neck, make it hard to breathe, and the longer this match goes on, the harder the fight becomes.
Yeah, tables have really churned. That pendulum of momentum has swung in the favor of Midnight Heat.
Yeah, Kat,
Now
we
it
got
is
a
Thornstow
Goth
who is desperate to make
has
a tag.
downloaded OBS,
Double
just
team
kind of where
offense
what
here.
I stream off of.
And not allowing Thornstow
and we're gonna
to catch
we're
a
gonna
breath.
I'll go ahead and spill
Big
the beans to
jumping
you guys in
elbow
chat,
there by
and of
Precious
course those who
Eddie
are watching
Pearl.
on replay on
Looking to
YouTube.
make history here into
We're
the
gonna let Goth
cover,
do his own
getting
show
a
on
little
the channel.
lackadaisical. And if
he'll be
the
able to
Midnight
stream
Heat
it
score the victory,
and
they
stream
will tie
on our
that
channel
record-breaking
with
you know,
content.
title number at 3
So
with the current champions.
things are happening,
Yeah, that would be
which ultimately is what I
terrific
wanted.
history
You know,
for
I kind of
Midnight Heat,
want
but
the
I keep
guys
coming back
to
they don't
be able to
have
do their
their
own stuff on the
X-factor
channel as
ringside
well.
with them anymore. How much is that going to come into play? So many times, Guy Tweekasetti was there, able to bail them out, led them to gold, help them hold on to gold.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, is what kind of impact do you think
So
that a
ultimately, when I
Midnight
say
Heat
we're getting
without
together
Guy
at 6
Tweekasetti,
a.m.,
Guy
it's to
Cool as he's
run
called
through
now,
OBS. It's Goth is
we
going
would
to school
see here
tomorrow
in this
morning. I'll just put it
contest,
that way.
They seem to still be working as the functional unit that we've known Precious Eddie and Ricky G to be here over the last several years.
Yeah, to
Championship
play
wrestling.
devil's advocate, I mean, their opponents don't have the distraction.
Oh,
of
what a
Tweekasetti
drop kick.
out there.
Excuse
Big
me, it's been a
drop kick
long
there
day.
by
I've worked
Thornstow,
10 hours
and
today,
it's
guys.
a
I
race
came home
against the
just
clock.
in
Who can
time
get
to
their
put this
corner
show
first
together
and make the tag. The big man
get it
Lester's
out
very
here
fresh.
and
but
sit
I
down,
think Tweekasetti
literally.
might have been a bit of a distraction for Midnight Heat as well.
I think that's what they would argue.
Pearl
and they
pacing that
certainly
apron.
seem laser focused and, dare I say, more violent than the last time we saw them together. Can Thornstow finally make the tag? He can.
Here we go.
Here
Got
comes
tags on both
Lester the
sides.
Legend.
Excuse me.
The mood's going to change in a hurry with with this big man in there, just running people
Pearl
over.
already knows how this is going to end. It didn't end well for him the first time.
Is Luster the legend?
Brute force. The heavy from Reno Scrum. 6'4", 240 plus.
Luster taking it to Eddie. Sizing up Ricky on the outside.
Oh,
Ricky.
He was going to fly there.
Heading out of dodge.
Oh, look out here. It's got him caught.
Oh, Ricky picking his spot
Smart.
there, helping out Eddie.
Smart by Ricky.
Trying
Cut
to
him
set
off.
him up. They've got so many effective moves. Uh-oh.
Explosive.
Double trouble there for the Midnight Heat.
Luster just too strong and too fresh. He is
Lester's a brick
taking
shithouse,
out
guys.
all of Midnight Heat.
Luster the Lariat is what you should call him. The Lariat legend.
I like it, and I'll tell you, Bellbank Park's turning into
I love
one
how the
big
Heat are selling
mosh
these
pit
lariats
right
in the corner.
now for this punk rock powerhouse.
Gibson right there,
I've lost
especially.
count
That
here.
those
How many
legs
does he
went
have
up
in
very high. Look at
No
beautiful.
reprieve for Eddie or Ricky. No, and then Eddie slips out the back door.
Saved his own life.
Went to the well.
It's the little
one too
things,
many
guys. It's
times
the little things
there.
I'm telling you.
Look out, though.
Oh,
Trying to
telegraphed it.
divide and conquer yet again. Luster, does he have enough
Atomic
left?
drop.
The atomic drop.
Superman punch.
And a haymaker there by Thornstone.
Oh.
Fashion right hand.
Yeah, no frills about that one.
Check it
Just
out.
business. Got the job done. Gonna spike Eddie
Look,
right there.
keep your eyes on
Down
Gibson.
He
He's
goes.
got
Not
something.
where you want to be,
Oh,
gentlemen.
he's got a chain.
Not where you want to be.
Beginning of the end for Midnight Heat here.
Looking for that scum stop. That's how they
Eyes
won
on
the titles.
Gibson.
Absolutely decimated.
Precious seconds ticking away here, though, guys.
He threw it into the ring.
For Precious Eddie. Oh, Ricky trying to put the stop to that. Oh,
He's paying for it.
Hit the turnbuckle on a super kick for his trouble.
Into his partner he goes.
Miscommunication
The hands
there with
loaded.
What's Precious Eddie got?
Oh, knockout
He's
punch
got
by
something,
Pearl.
but he could knock down
Oh, please
Thornstone
tell me
with
I
a
kicked the
single
show off
punch.
with the title change.
And I think he
Please
just
tell
tucked
me I
it
kicked it
away
off with the
there.
title change.
No, not
Yes,
like
I
this.
did.
Unbelievable.
Yes, I did.
Unbelievable. History
Let's
is
go.
here.
Throwback to old school with the chain and all. I love that.
World Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Heat.
Precious Eddie took 2 trips to Pity City and
Yes,
ended in
Goth, he's
Upset
supposed to get
City.
back with
We've
me
got
on a time. I
new
think it's
United
supposed to be
Tag Team
sometime
Champions
Sunday.
here, guys.
Actually,
What did
let
he
me
have
send
in
him
his
a
hands,
message.
Todd? You said it. He couldn't knock out Luster. Some type of foreign object slid it into his tight. Scarlett Donovan had no chance to see what was going on
I'm
there.
glad
They
you
just
mentioned something
stole
because I
the
totally
titles.
forgot about it.
Well, I mean, referee's decision is final. There were a lot of moving
I mean, I
parts.
mentioned it on the show,
Had to
but-
have something, but history is made. You're looking at the
Oh,
brand
there
new
it is.
United World Tag Team Champions. More to come.
Can't get enough Memphis Wrestling? You need Memphis Wrestling Plus.
All right,
Subscribe today.
let me put a
at
pause
Memphis
on
Wrestling
this.
Plus.
And our next match. Oh, Goth, you're going to love this because you don't know the lineup. This is the Midnight Heat. Obviously, you know now because the fucking screen's there. Taking on Sanity.
Introducing first your challengers.
Looks like I'm going to have to fix that.
They are
and then
from
fix
Heat
it again.
Street, USA. Precious Eddie Pearl, rockin' Ricky Gibson, the Midnight Heat.
Goth, you came in right on time, buddy. What can I tell you? We'll fix the screen again in just a moment, guys.
Introducing next, standing to my left. They are your current reigning and defending Progress Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Axeman, Axel Tischer, and the Beast from Belfast.
All right, Goth, sent that message out. So I think it's Sunday at some point. We'll figure it out. Look at these guys right here. Brother. Our boys got an uphill battle here.
Devin Campbell, the man in charge of this matchup. Big Damo, what an absolute beast. He's had some pretty big matches here in the past. Axel Tischer getting his first taste of what Defy is all about. And of course, it was at the Collective, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, during WrestleMania weekend that we saw Sanity capture the tag team belts.
Right, you are, Rich. This is in the infancy of their championship reign. The pressure is on. As we saw earlier
Here
in the
we
night,
go.
Bert Dixon well past 500 days as champion.
Yes, Kat, this was at Defy. This is coming to us actually from the Midnight Heats YouTube page. So again, you guys know the drill. Socials are right there on the screen. YouTube's on the screen. Go give them follows.
Of course, in our opening matchup,
share their
Nick Wayne
stuff.
victorious 6-5 in a 60-minute Ironman match.
Get them out in front of your friends. They may not have seen them before.
At commentary, and you know, you've got a lot on your plate. We talked about the Primo Lucha Championship, but your eyes also on Tag Team Gold. And as you mentioned this, you've had your issues with the Midnight Heat. These two guys, probably some of the dirtiest that we've seen come through Seattle.
Oh, that's most definitely right. Most dirtiest guys we've seen.
Look at the kiss on the cheek.
No matter how dirty they are, I have immense respect for them because they are good, they are great, and wherever they are, I want to keep meeting them, I want to keep fighting them, and I want to beat them.
Oh, now you want a kissy poo.
Axel Tischer.
It's not going to happen.
Starting things off against Brock and Ricky Gibson. You know, and I gotta ask you something. You kind of.
I love how the Midnight Express used to always hug each other out.
And these guys give each other a kiss. But you kind of pulled a fast one on your buddy Cody Chun when you won that Primo Lucha Championship.
Well, you know what? You're right. But if there's one thing about C4, there's a C in there. And you know what that C stands for? It's competing. And we will compete every night until we have to. Win or lose, at the end of the day, we're still buddies. That's my brother.
Looks like we got C4 on the commentary here.
You know, it's about wins, it's about losses.
Well, that crowd is just being very disrespectful to Ricky. I don't know what he's done to deserve that, but I feel like it's already unwarranted.
Elated to see you win the Defy to Survive. I'm happy for you that you are the Primo Lucha champion. Seeing where you came from to where you are now, 8 Defy to Survives later, you did it. You pulled off the big one. And you did it in the hardest way. To beat somebody that you care about, beat somebody you respect. It is never easy to bite that bullet and pull the trigger. You did it.
Rinse the net. Oh!
Gibson able to
slip out of that,
right
Mr.
there.
Gibson.
He's about to have his neck snapped by the Axeman.
Yeah, he was. That was
Cody,
totally
you've tagged here numerous times. Yeah, there was a time that, you know, not only when you won the Primo Lucha Championship, but you guys have been at opposite sides of the ring in the past, but it really is that bond that you talked
Paul,
about.
I have several messages from Progress Wrestling that I've yet to look at.
You've had success up and down the West
Coast. I have not had time today.
What is it going to take for you guys to
social medias were blowing up.
Here at Defy, and not only
a long day at the office.
Titles, but what do you think it's going to take to
so I haven't seen the Vegas card yet or seen any announcements, but they have sent me several messages.
We faced the best. We faced Midnight Heat.
It's on my list to do, I promise.
We've lost. We've faced Bollywood Boys. We've lost. I think every experience and every lesson we've learned has built us for the moment that we're at now. Being able to sit here with you guys
that's fantastic,
sit through this Sanity versus Midnight Heat match is the type of energy and learning experience that I need, that we need as a team to overcome the odds. Progress Wrestling.
Beautiful deep arm drag.
Whatever championship.
Love how he didn't release the arm. He carried him all the way over.
How will we overcome it? That is up to us and our emotions, how we will control them. But I believe it is possible.
Gibson countered.
Tischer able to reverse. Did you notice Ricky Gibson? It looked like he was trying to grab it at Tischer's hair. The problem is
Tischer with another deep arm drag.
Sometimes old habits die hard, right?
Float over into a cover, but no, he's going to take the arm instead. He's like, we're not there yet. I'm just going to try and break it. Oh, he's biting him.
Trying to take a chunk out of Gibson.
I mean, he's hungry. It's a long flight from the UK to here.
Axel actually flew in from he's been in the States here for a little bit, but I know was in Germany just a couple of days ago. That's where he lives. He's competing over there, WXW. And I know he has a long flight back to flying through Berlin. It's escaping me now.
There goes the big man.
It's a long flight nonetheless. Guillermo, let me ask you this. You guys looking...
Oh, this is not going to end well.
Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, big uppercut. And Damo...
Big Damo locks in the Boston. Oh.
Looking to put a beating on the Midnight Heat. But Guillermo, what would it mean for you guys to get a shot not only at the titles here in Seattle, but maybe get a shot to get on a plane, go over to the UK, go over to Germany.
Oh,
man,
shit.
Leg drop by Damo, and that might do
Shook
it.
the ring.
Gibson out of it at 2. What's it going to take for you guys to get an opportunity like that?
Exactly what you just saw, Rich. Exactly what you just saw. Big Damo is no joke. His partner is no joke. They are ready to compete and fight. I'm familiar to Big Damo. He sat on me before. He sent me
Gibson's
to the
taking a
These guys
beating
are
here the
ruthless.
last
These guys
few
are
minutes.
aggressive. These guys are amazing.
Of course, the current reigning and defending
Okay, cut him off with a couple of
Defying
forearms. There's
Worldwide
tag.
Tag Team Champions, the Bollywood Boys.
Yeah.
Those are two guys that I'd imagine you would
Here
love
you
to
go,
have been
you
able to
take
learn
it.
a lot from, right?
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. Bollywood Boys, we had a good encounter with them in April of last year, and it was great. Only issue was we lost.
I'm with Cat. I'm with Goff tomorrow morning and Saturday morning.
Tisher.
But yes,
Not
we can
done
make
yet.
something happen.
Hey, it's good. Precious Eddie Pearl being
Or just
spun
call
around.
me, and if I can't talk, I won't answer. You know.
Just unreal power right there from the Axeman.
Oh, plants him with a big slam. Sleep tight. I'm glad you popped in there.
Not enough to put it away. The Bollywood Boys, 2-time tag team champions here in Defy. And Guillermo, you talked about that match that you and Cody
Absolutely.
had against Harmon.
Have a good one.
What did you pick up? What do you think you guys did wrong that you can do different going forward?
I think we let our emotions get the best of us. We really believed we were going to win it, and when I thought we were there.
Lord Sanity is mollywopping the Midnight
Eddie
Heat.
Cronin better off having somebody drop a refrigerator on him.
300 plus pounds.
Yes,
And
Gibson, pull him out to the floor. Take a break. Get a breather. Oh,
I
no.
love the ring gear
Oh,
that,
no.
that Eddie's wearing.
Big Damo,
the
stop that
trunks or the
process.
tights over the pants. That's look.
He's double layered. You know, you got Big Damo landing on you like that. Yeah, you're gonna want second layer.
The Progress World Tag Team titles on the line here in this matchup. The champions.
Now we're turning it
Sandy,
around.
Tisher and Big Damo, and Damo taking a beating now from the Midnight Heat.
Trying to press that
Oh, that's
2-on-1
not gonna work
advantage
out,
the best
guys.
they can. I wouldn't say it's going smooth.
No,
No.
I think he was more
that's
stunned
not happening.
than anything. And oh, man, he shook that off quick. I don't know if Pearl and Gibson are going to shake that off.
A Big Damo is a power lifter. That's what he likes to do in the gym. It's going to take a lot of force, more than maybe 2 men can muster.
Goth, I'm sure you're eating
Taylor
this
gets
shit
the
up,
boot up.
but they are crushing
Forget
my
his
boys
steps
here.
in.
Oh.
A little bit of a delay on that
Come on.
German suplex.
Made him think about it.
Oh.
There's no way a guy that big should be able to do that. That is sheer agility
Ben already is
right
Tisher going
there.
up to the top.
Athleticism
Axeman ain't done
personified.
Trying to get to the pay window early.
Oh, but he
Just
rolled
on the way
through.
down.
Duck under.
A wild swing and a miss. Blind tag. No, Tisher realized it. Here's Pearl. DDT.
I like it.
Tisher's head just folded under his body.
Just planted him with it.
On the way tonight, we're still going to see Danhausen make his Defy debut. Things might get a little evil here tonight.
A little weird, a little evil.
Take on Randy Myers. That match on the way, and of course our main event is still to come. The Defy World title on the line.
Rich, I cannot overstate the importance of this. Kenta has been on a tear. I don't know if we've ever seen a more dominant champion. And Brian Keith. And this is a true star-making, career-defining performance.
This is what the Midnight Heat excels at. And Guillermo, I'm going to ask you, in your estimation, now Ethan, I already
Drove
know
the
that
point of the elbow across the throat.
As a member of the American Guns, you're ace at all this stuff. Distracting the referee is dirty stuff. How do you guys overcome stuff like that, Guillermo? You and Cody.
Well, I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Make
It's
a
very
wish.
hard. Midnight Heat, there's one thing they're very good at.
I
is
bet you
cutting
his
that
wish
rope.
was that
When
didn't
as soon
happen
as they take
to him.
domination over you, it is very hard to get to your tag corner and tag out. These guys wear you out as much as they can.
It's going to be a little bit of, it's going to be frustrating, and you got to be on your toes as well because they do such a great job of getting the referee, distracting the referee. And, you know, how do you fight that urge to get in there and say, ref, come on, turn around, look what they're doing? A lot of times that ends up costing your partner more than
Oh,
helps.
a little too close.
100% correct. It does end up
A little too close. A little too close for comfort there.
Keep finding my way out, because the more I find my way out, the more they're going to find a way to get to me.
Talking to Guillermo Rosas.
Nice distraction. There you go. There it is. Beautiful.
And tag team partner of
Psychology is fantastic with
Cody
these two
Chun.
men.
Together, collectively known as C4. We're going to put a streak together here, and perhaps we'll see you guys in action on July the 19th when we're back here at Washington Hall. And do want to let you know as well, you can check out Defy for free at the White Center Pride Festival. That's on June the 1st, right here in Seattle.
They're just being disrespectful. The crowd's being so disrespectful to the midnight heat.
Seattle sun.
It's disheartening.
Tischer having some
And yes, that's
trouble right
sarcasm.
here.
I love it. I love the fact that they got that kind of heat with the
Point,
crowd.
that
Pun
might be
intended.
it. Whoa!
Up and over. Oh, that was a rough land.
Tischer, he was able to evade that drop kick, turn it into an
How is that
offensive maneuver.
tailbone?
Ricky Gibson doing everything he can to keep the advantage.
Beautiful cutoff. That was fantastic. I know I said that. I will say fantastic 1,000 times. That was good. The timing on that was great.
Cover. And a kick out of 2.
Eddie Pearl trying to lace the fingers, put as much body weight as he can. Tischer just hip bridged right out. You know, one thing we haven't talked about is the pressure that Sanity is under. Not just being new champions, but we have a fairly a working relationship with Progress, a very friendly relationship. But I feel like Midnight Heat beating Sanity and taking their tag team championships is kind of the first real shot fired in a little bit of friendly competition between the two. And I think they're very aware of that. That
I don't
they're
think
not
it's
just
any secret
defending
now,
their
but
own legacy, but this is their home territory.
Defy and Progress are owned by the same person.
They don't want to have to walk back into a Progress locker room and be, hey, sorry, we're the guys who lost the tag team titles to the Americans.
Now, if they can get through this matchup here tonight, Damo and Tischer could
Front
have
face
something
lock.
in the works, perhaps.
Goth, if you were staying up late, buddy, the main
Super
event is a
Strong
TLC
Style coming up, the
match.
Electric Ballroom, Camden Town, London, the 26th and 27th of this month. ProgressWrestling.com.
Cut off again. Counters.
Up and over, Tischer.
Or can he? Oh, it's a full moon.
Oh, no. Full moon here tonight in Seattle, boys.
Whoa. Cheeky in Seattle.
Hands up, Ricky. My goodness.
Should have had the 2 layers and Big Damo. A literal wrecking ball.
Oh, just.
I don't care who you are. That's embarrassing, isn't it?
Very much indeed.
Oh,
Yeah,
super kick to the
as
floor.
warm as it is here in Washington Hall tonight,
Lariat.
you know, maybe a little extra air conditioning's not a bad thing.
Uranagi up and over with a senton.
Big senton
That was a
from the
really good
outside
series
in.
for Big Damo, but he's
Ricky's
not done.
Ribs into dust.
Is he going to fly?
I think the 747's getting ready to fly.
He is. Oh!
Wow!
That was a 7-10 split. I love the fact that Gibson has still not pulled his tights up. His cheeks are still hanging out there for everybody to see. Fireman's carry.
Ricky able to slide free. Damo into the corner. Tag was made. Tischer legal.
Oh my God.
No.
Hey, Blue Eyes. I don't know where John is.
What a shot. Pearl wiped out. Damo going up top.
Oh no.
It's about to be
Oh
ball game
no.
for Sanity.
Save made.
Precious Eddie Pearl breaks it up.
Where?
Could not have been a second later. Damo just tailbone first right to the hardwood floor. A quick roll up.
Where did you message me? I got to look at it.
And Zakiri caught.
Okay, hold that.
Tag is made for illegal.
I don't check all
to get a
the
fresh
socials and all that jazz.
Tisha's trying to fight a 2-on-1 again. They call that the hot seat. Might be the new Progress
Oh, wow.
Tag Team Champions
Got
right
it.
here.
Okay.
Tisha at the last moment gets the shoulder up.
I'm going to send you my cell phone number.
Very rare you see
So
Sanity
you
fighting
just,
from underneath
you know,
like
call
this,
or text me
but as
directly.
cunning and crafty as the Midnight Heat are.
To keep me updated. I just sent it to you. It's my personal line. I've got it on all the time.
There's anyone who can steal a victory in the Tag Team Championship.
Just text me Misty and I'll go ahead and get you
right
saved
now
in.
in the Midnight Heat.
Sorry guys, that was rather
Demo.
important.
So sent Gibson into Pearl.
Goth, just for the record, you weren't stood up this morning. That I just got
Gets
information.
demonetized early.
Oh, Lansing.
Is this it?
What a move.
Oh, that's it.
Defiance.
I ain't mad at you,
winners.
Mr. Rain. You get your nom-nom on.
Still, your Progress Wrestling.
That was a
Tag
great
Team
match.
Champions, Sanity.
The psychology in this match was
Rosa, so you were-
tremendous. It was exactly what I expected, except for not as much lopsidedness in the beginning of the match. But that shit was good. If you don't like that kind of wrestling or that match, I don't know what to tell you. I've got no words because that was solid. Even with Gibson's cheeks hanging out the going down the home stretch, that was hilarious to me. But that, you know, wrestling is very opinionated. It may not be for everybody, but that was funny. I don't care who you are, that was funny. About ready. We'll get into this next match. It's a triple threat tag team match. It is from Spencer Scott over on YouTube. It is a prestige event. I believe Alive 2 is what the title is. It is the Flamin Aces versus Los. I'm going to mispronounce his name again. I'm so sorry, guys. Los Suavecitos versus the Midnight Heat.
Can I get a word in edgewise with the Midnight Heat? Hopefully they're not in our corner, but nevertheless, Cody, as I was saying, Ricky G and Danny Rose, the last time we saw them in a prestige wrestling ring was alongside tag team partner Adrian West, taking on the dream team of Kevin Blackwood, prestige wrestling world champion Alex Shelley, and Tiger Mask. But right now, we're not waiting. We're getting things
Here we
started
go.
hot and heavy, hot and furious here.
And Jordan, we're seeing some teamwork here from the Midnight Heat. Oh, sorry, momentary teamwork there for Midnight Heat, as they are now just being shoved around in the flaming.
Now, what I love about this is,
the opening moments of this match.
you know, a piece of what our channel
has
does
to regain
is
control here.
when we see stuff
That
like
is
this.
Ricky G, one half of Los Suavecitos.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen the Flamin Aces, and it's the first time I've seen Los Suavecitos. Lost.
Beautiful drop
First time I've seen them as well.
Partner, and Scott dropping the elbow
And
directly
it
to the spine.
exposes us to their work on top of diving deeper into our
but you can bet your butt
spotlight.
the Flaming Aces are ready
It's fantastic.
to get under the skin and into the minds of their opponents here. Something easier said than done.
Oh,
Okay.
very nice.
Using the athleticism to his advantage. He's not the biggest dog in the game, but he's certainly quick, and he's certainly tenacious, is Zay Perez. We saw that much against the much larger Hammer Brothers last time we were here at the Hawthorne.
True, he's got some bite. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa.
I thought that Danny Rose...
I think it's triple threat, so you kind of have to tag in. I don't think it's lucha rules, but you know, Mr. Range as well as I do. If it's a triple threat tag team match, when do the rules really even apply? Come on.
Sunset flip.
Shoulders down, but in
That's what makes it
Scott.
really interesting. Oh,
Second
counter.
big basement drop kick.
To
Didn't
me, it
even
makes
keep
it
track of
interesting
who
because
the
there's no
legal man is
DQ.
here.
So what is stopping this from breaking down into complete
This is
battle?
absolute madness. This is insanity. This is only our opening contest. Ooh, and into the corner. The hard way goes Perez.
That is the thing I might not like, the attitude, the brashness, the rule bending, or dare I say, rule breaking of the Midnight Heat, but they are an excellent tag team. There's a reason, beyond that rule breaking, that they are former Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions, but hell, Cody, we may be seeing future Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions here.
And remember, in these multi-team tag matches, anyone can tag in whoever they want to become the legal combatant of their team. And just like that, Gibson's out.
Oh, so they're playing it as any member can tag in at any point in time. So we could totally have a fucking New Age Outlaw situation here.
But you don't always have that luxury. Sometimes it's better to escape your opponent and allow two members of the opposition in the ring at one time than get covered or submitted yourself. And look at this, the rule breaking of Los Suavecitos.
I wouldn't say rule breaking, rule bending, yes.
Well, bending the spine of Zay Perez in
Mr. Rain, I'm dropping the Channing,
Danny Rose in the ring. Again, neither of these men.
Channing Thomas spotlight.
They are fantastic athletes. Again, saw them in action alongside Adrian Quest, taking Alex Shelley, the Prestige
Limitless
Wrestling
did finally give us a follow as well.
Later on tonight,
Mr. Rain, I don't know if you saw that or you heard that or not.
Alan Angels.
Your best friend.
Kevin
Slowly
Blackman
working my way
legendary
into
Tiger
Limitless
Mask.
Wrestling.
No,
I'm
they did
doing the
not
best I
pick up
can.
Victory, Cody.
I'm
going
to fire the shot at Thomas at some point. I'm going to fire
this team has a lot to prove tonight.
But I do have a lot on the plate before I can get there. So.
Pacific Northwest debut.
Oh!
Shoulders down. Especially against
What a kick there. That was on the money.
Champions and the Flaming Aces quickly becoming favorites of the Pacific Northwest faithful. I mean, what would it mean for Los Suavecitos to come into Portland, their first time here in Portland for Prestige Wrestling, and defeat two men who have really been pillars of tag team wrestling in this territory?
It would be an impressive impact, that is for sure, but the wild card here, pun intended, is the Flaming Aces. They are still in this matchup, at least for now, as Perez taking a beating in the corner.
As soon as you say it, commentators curse in full effect. Perez with a big elbow to the face of Rose. Up and over we go.
Guys, they're doing
Rose
some
trying
good
to
stuff.
hit it with the German suplex. He's fingertips away from Scott. Is he going to get it, Cody?
That rocked him.
Oh, but look at that. I'm not sure if our cameras caught it. Eddie Pearl with the blind tag. Not sure if Rose even realized it now. Nothing precious about this. Spencer Scott's pissed.
Here we go.
Behind referee Devin Campbell's back.
Eddie Pearl laying in.
Heat. Spencer's got to maintain composure here.
What the fuck was that, Eddie? I mean, that was an open hand chop, but what was that pose?
And it is very, very apparent.
Yeah, he also wanted to say that he gets laid more than anybody in the ring. I don't believe it, but he insisted that I relay that information. That's what he was yelling at us before the match.
Right now it's Gibson laying the elbow drop into Perez. Only a 2.
And Jordan, we've mentioned this so many times, and we're going to keep talking about it. The Midnight Heat are a fantastic tag team.
Excellent.
But the fact
Yes,
that
they are. I'm seeing more and more. I've only seen a handful of their matches over the course of the last couple of years, but
pretty much everyone in the room here.
Now, could you see until I'm blue in the
this is
face
one of those
as
shows
blue
that I've been saving too.
Hold on.
Elbow drop.
Dominator assisted with
Nice.
the elbow by Pearl, hook in the leg. I would not have been surprised if that was it, Jordan.
Again, Zay Perez, he is resilient. He does not know the meaning of the word quit. Nice brainbuster variation there from Pearl, floating over into a lateral press.
I'm loving the quick covers.
As I was saying, it's part of what
Like
makes it so
you know,
frustrating.
showing that you want to win the match and get it done.
Referees, but hell, our referees push
Uh-oh.
back.
Damn it, Devin. I love it.
I don't think the Midnight Heat.
No. That was very, very smart by Gibson. He just came and just drug him away from his corner.
Broke out for a second.
That's a first. Hopefully a last. I love you, Devo.
All love aside, Perez is in some serious trouble here, Jordan. He has been in this matchup for way too long. He desperately needs to...
Drove him down with a backbreaker.
There from Gibson into a cover. Broken up in the last second by Rose. I'm not sure if Perez had the wherewithal to kick out of that one, Cody.
Like I was saying, Perez has been in this matchup for a very
in.
long time. He desperately needs a tag out. And not even his own partner at this point. He's just got to get out of this one.
Well, I think there's also some desperation from the Midnight Heat. We talk about the Flaming Aces having something to prove. Los Suavecitos having something to prove after their recent
Suavecitos. Got it. Suavecitos.
Inconsistent. Look at this. Perez, fingertips away from Scott, just as you say it, Cody. Curl in.
Like a Renaissance painting. He was so
Cut off. Enziguri. Pearl is staggered.
Nice Enziguri kick. Jordan. Gibson,
oh, Gibson, you tried, and I love you for it. You drew him away. That's all you had to do. The job was done.
Numbers game once again, but this time it is Ricky G again.
Oh, but the tag was eventually made.
Perez makes the tag.
And the hot shot, Spencer Scott.
I do want to note that tag was made after the Heat were taken out of the match with a tag from Rose there. Because had the Heat been there, that tag wouldn't have happened. I just want to make that perfectly clear and point that out for the record.
Ricky's pulse. Save for Danny. TKO into his own partner. Leg hooked. But only a 2.
Unbelievable, Jordan. That was as close as you can get without taking it home. Spencer Scott's got to keep his composure. He's got to keep this momentum up. The crowd is behind him.
All right, now he's doing a damn fine job of it, trading European uppercuts to both Suavecitos. But this time it's the numbers game of the freshest essays out the trenches.
Nice spine buster.
Pine to pine, but Perez
Oh,
jumping
it
in
just
to
got
try and
caught.
make the save, but instead is placed up in a fireman's carry.
Wait a second.
Wait a minute, Jordan.
We've seen this before from Los Suavecitos.
Oh, he got caught into a sit-out powerbomb. That was beautiful.
Ricky G with a super kick.
Scott sidesteps it. Bicycle knee. Gets the waist lock, but into the ropes. Oh, Connor.
Shoulders down, but broken up by Rose.
No.
Reversed into a cover.
Tights and all.
Suavecitos steal it.
Now that's...
Yo, that was a good match. That was good.
Again, Cody, take nothing away from Los Suavecitos. Less than 24 hours ago, becoming the inaugural West Coast Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They are a very, very formidable tag team.
That was good. Let's see what we got coming up next. Prestige Roseland 7. Again, this is from directly from the Midnight Heat YouTube page right there on the screen. Look it up, the Midnight Heat or Midnight Heat over on YouTube. It is the Workhorsemen. It is the Midnight Heat. Let's make this shit happen.
Than an hour ago, these men,
As this one's getting
JD
started,
Drake,
guys,
Anthony
give me
Henry,
one
Workhorsemen,
moment. I will
have
be
had
right back.
absolutely no time to prepare
Enjoy
for
this,
a match
and I'll be
on
watching through my
Prestige's
phone for
biggest
just a second.
stage, and a match against, it makes me sick to my stomach to admit, one of Prestige's most successful and decorated tag teams.
Well, they don't call them the Workhorsemen for nothing. I think the fact this lack of preparation, I think this is going to show just how tough and how intelligent in the ring that Anthony Henry can be. Look at this here. Two teams that are rooted in the old school with a flair for the modern. I feel the reason that people don't like the Midnight Heat, though, is because they tend to keep it simple.
They're jerks, Brian saying. The reason people don't like the Midnight Heat is because they're full of themselves, and they cheat, and they're just awful. Sorry. Excellent professional wrestlers. Some of the very best we have. Again, much like the noise, it's part of what makes it so damn frustrating that they're such you-know-whats.
They keep it simple, Jordan. Look at this.
Anthony Henry with nice wrist and stroke. Oh my goodness.
Easy for you to say.
Right. And easy for Ricky Gibson to evade the nice wrist control. Third time's the charm.
Here we
An
go.
arm drag from all hail Anthony Henry.
3 or 4 times for that arm drag, and Ricky Gibson now trying to get his way out of it.
Less times than it took me to say that correctly, you know?
Well, that's why they get paid the big bucks.
Wait, you're getting paid? Anthony Henry here, cutting off the ring. Very, very smart. Not so smart from Eddie Pearl, the illegal man, to interject himself here. Gets it off the ropes. Boots for him as well. And another arm drag. Takes him off his feet.
Who needs prep time when you're Anthony Henry? Look at him.
Of course, it was just announced today, this Saturday on AEW Collision, the Workhorsemen with arguably the biggest match of their careers ahead of them against Darby Allin and Sting. As big as that is, Brian, have got to be very, very careful they don't look too far ahead into tomorrow.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a big opportunity. And speaking of which, hey, what's Anthony Henry holding? It's string.
So stupid. Ricky Gibson attempting to chop the blue-collar badass to very, very little effect. I'm inclined to agree with our Roseland faithful here, Brian.
Eddie Pearl trying to give some impromptu strategy and advice.
Ricky Gibson, as is often the case with the Midnight Heat, escaping it to the outside. What, he's going to get some merchandise here?
Buy some of my stickers.
Go to prestigewrestling.net after your match. Not right now, Brian.
JD Drake is in hot pursuit. Look at this. He's in enemy territory going up. I think he missed that blind tag.
Eddie Pearl, the legal man.
Or did he?
JD Drake realizing at the last possible second. And again, make no mistake, Drake's a big guy. He has cardio to match the best of them here.
Whoa, look at that. Gibson grabbing the ankle.
And Eddie Pearl, as is typical of the Midnight Heat, using the numbers game.
I mean, Drake is as big and tough as they come, but a well-executed plan like what the Midnight Heat did can bring him down like a bag of hammers.
Well executed, right. It's cheating behind referee Devin Campbell's back.
Okay.
It's breaking the, I mean, it's.
But it worked. It worked, didn't it?
Is that the kind of competitors you want to be? You want to get yourself back to a Prestige Wrestling Tag Team title match by grabbing the feet behind Devin's back.
I think a champion does exactly what is necessary to get where they need to go.
Well, Eddie Pearl and Ricky Gibson are not Prestige Wrestling Tag Team champions, excuse me. Though it was back at Talk is Cheap at the Hawthorne Theater, we thought the Midnight Heat had relinquished those tag team titles that they once held because of an injury. Ricky Gibson taking Drake off his feet.
Cover here, come on.
We thought they had relinquished those tag team titles. We thought they had done the right thing. The Workhorsemen competing against C4 and State of Emergency in a triple threat tag team match later on that night to decide the vacant tag team titles. And what happened? The Midnight Heat breaking up the matchup here. In comes Anthony Henry, spoiling that three-way dance, spoiling the Workhorsemen's opportunity to become Prestige Wrestling Tag Team champions. You know Anthony Henry and JD Drake have not forgotten that, Brian Zane.
Anthony Henry just took 4 consecutive clothesline attempts, gaining momentum every time he hit the ropes. I've never seen someone move that fast.
Going for another, but this time Gibson had it slow. Eddie Pearl, another blind tag, and Gibson to the outside.
Look at this. Oh, now turnabout's fair play. Now we've got Eddie Pearl is in no man's land. Oh, look out!
Big man JD Drake with a senton.
Sloppy Joe sandwich.
Sloppy Joe sandwich.
I want to point out
That's a good
couple
call.
times now we've seen the Midnight Heat dig into their bag of trickery, go for the blind
I'm not sure if
tags.
I mentioned this
Take
or not. This
another
is
look at
also
this
from the
impact here,
Midnight
my
Heat's
goodness.
YouTube
A
page,
couple
guys.
of
So
times
please do
we've seen
us
them
a
try
favor.
to take a low road, and every
Head on
time
over,
thus
hit that
far,
subscribe
the
button, tell
Workhorsemen
them
have
we
an
sent
answer.
you.
I mean, this has been,
What a shot.
this has been a lesson for the Midnight Heat. I think they picked the wrong couple of guys to piss off.
Mad at them for costing them a Prestige Wrestling Tag Team title match well over a year ago. Mad at themselves for losing their Prestige Wrestling Tag Team title match to C4 back at Decimate the Week. Just plain mad and taking it out on precious Eddie Pearl here.
I mean, you said it. Anthony Henry only arrived less than an hour to spare. But they are looking like they're in the driver's seat in this match.
Yeah, less than an hour to spare. Has a red-eye flight out tonight, but making the most of his very, very short time here tonight. And from behind,
good cut by
again,
Gibson.
Ricky Gibson making his presence felt.
Here we go now.
Sends Eddie Pearl into the ropes. Blind tag once again from Gibson. Finally, they may have caught Anthony Henry here.
Oh, look at that. Oh, maybe it's time. Back, stab it.
And look at the
beautiful.
height from Anthony Henry.
Love it.
Juggling for good measure.
Cover. And a kick out from Henry.
Boy, that's a move that has put away many an opponent. So give him credit for kicking out.
Again, a tremendous tag team are the Midnight Heat.
Yes, they are.
A couple months back and alive in the Hawthorne Theater.
With
Cover here
authority,
from Gibson.
Henry down.
Oh, it was an alive. We saw them pick up a victory against one of my favorites, the Brothers Divine, Danny and Brendan. So they can certainly get the job done. I think what makes it so frustrating, Brian, again, they don't need to take the low road. They don't need to cheat and break and bend the rules.
No,
what is wrong with breaking the rules? That's not breaking the rules if you don't get caught. This is a very fundamentally simple concept to understand.
Battle of wills here in the ring. Each man trying to push into the other corner.
We're not dancing here. We're scrapping.
Especially in
Ricky
professional
Gibson
wrestling.
thinking hip toss, but Anthony Henry with a backslide.
Not a good angle. No, I think if he were more
nice tag made, pick the ankle.
A stronger pin.
Again, frequent tags from the Midnight Heat. Eddie Pearl back in this contest, and the Midnight Heat doing everything they can to keep Anthony Henry away from his fresher partner. And JD Drake, I'm not sure if we can get a shot in the corner. He is pissed off here, Zane.
Hey, elbow drop from Pearl.
Just off
Cover.
Camera. I think there's a warm glow emanating from the left side of the shot. There it is.
Anxious, frenzious for that tag is
I
JD
need to see
Drake.
the Midnight
I'm gonna
Heat
look that word up.
I don't think it's a real one.
We're always experimenting here at Prestige Wrestling.
I'll tell you what's absolutely real is the onslaught from Eddie Pearl and Ricky Gibson once again doing everything they can to keep Anthony Henry away from JD Drake. Was it a word?
On, show me the cut. Come on in and pull the referee.
Well, we're not talking about Gresham. We're talking about the Workhorseman. Anthony Henry finally going for a tag, but Ricky Gibson cutting him off.
Beautiful cut. Nice lariat. Old school right there.
Now, Ricky Gibson getting a couple of free shots in on Henry.
Into the cover.
And a kick out. Ricky Gibson here. And really both the Midnight Heat, both Ricky and Eddie, so determined, so scornful after losing that Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Championship TLC match back at Roseland 6.
Loving
that was a big loss for them, Zane.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, my goodness. Look at that great
tag
team
team wrestling
chemistry.
at its finest.
The Midnight Heat give as good as they get.
Stop this. Eddie Pearl telling JD Drake to check his cheeks. What are we doing here?
It's mind games. I think you've seen their body of work, and just as much as their acumen in the ring, the knowledge of the moves they have, it's all mental, Jordan.
Yeah, I've seen their body of work. I don't want to see
the announcers upset because
in comes Ricky
they're
Gibson.
outsmarting the Workhorsemen right now.
Again, the Midnight Heat.
They've got the firm advantage right now. They have been working over Henry for the last few minutes.
Here we go now, I think.
Precision tag team
Drake, I
wrestling
should say. No, I was right the first time. Henry, the fact that he came in guns blazing, little time to prepare. I wonder if the adrenaline dump has taken effect, and now he's having a hard time picking up steam.
Again, Anthony Henry, no doubt still adjusting.
Nobody home.
Crotching Ricky Gibson there, but again, no doubt still adjusting
the opportunity for Henry to make that tag.
Is Anthony Henry even
gotta
more
get
reason
there
to tag in partner JD Drake, but
and
it's
does.
Gibson getting the tag into Pearl.
That's right, Gibson now, look at that quickness, cutting off the ring and keeping Henry in there, right in the middle.
Both cutting off the ring and, as you attested to, Brian Zane, keeping Anthony Henry in the middle. Nowhere for him to escape to the outside.
You're cutting
nowhere
the
for him
ring
to
off.
grab the
This
ropes
is
on a pinfall attempt.
I will
tag
say,
team wrestling to a
JD
science.
Drake is a dangerous one. The longer he's there on the corner, the greater the potential and the kinetic energy is there when he comes in the ring.
This is a very, very dangerous move. Perhaps a double superplex attempted by the Midnight Heat.
A regular superplex is bad enough. What if it's two? Oh, no.
And Anthony Henry knows it, doing everything he can to escape.
Wait a minute.
Reverse.
Wait, Ricky, move.
Sending Eddie Pearl careening into his tag team partner.
Not what he needed.
And from the top, Anthony Henry with a
crossbody.
huge
There's the
crossbody,
roll.
But he needs to make the tag.
There he is.
And he does.
There it is.
A lot of kinetic energy.
That right there is what they worked the last 5 or 6 minutes for, to get that reaction for that tag.
Like
that is psychology. That is psychology 101. That is done to a science. Well done all for both of these teams here.
Gibson, even that much.
That is storytelling. It's all of it rolled into one.
Look at this.
Deceptive agility.
Heat got over in the heat spot, pun intended.
That was right in the nips.
Just sending Gibson to his
and
tag
now
team
they're
partner.
making fucking Drake look $1 million.
Splash to the corner.
Here we go now. Oh, wait a minute.
killing two birds with one stone. A neck breaker
Beautiful.
to Gibson, causing him to DDT his own tag team partner, Pearl.
I mean, the Workhorsemen now are putting in the work, and I think it could be the end of the line for the Midnight Heat if they're not careful.
See, did you see that chop? So powerful that it sent Ricky Gibson careening outside the ring. One chop.
There's that power you're talking about.
Talking about power. JD Drake to the top, thinking Vader bomb.
Got it.
My goodness,
Is that enough? No! Kick out by Pearl. Yes, sir.
Credit is due. Eddie Pearl finding something deep within himself. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure where he found it, but something deep within himself to kick out.
Here it is. I think a lesser man would still be getting scraped off the canvas
Heart
right
attack.
now. Is this it?
Still not enough.
Wow. Give some credit, like you said.
Gotta give the devil his due, Brian.
Eddie Pearl will not die.
Here is just,
He is channeling his inner Matt Hardy
This is the guy who was once
circuit.
banned from Roseland.
2010s.
And once he was prevented from being part of the Roseland shows, and now he's proving his toughness.
maybe
Brian, if the heart attack didn't do it, this just might.
Wait a minute.
Come on, not like this.
Oh, look at this. I think Drake's going to try and get down faster, trying to show some urgency.
He can do everything he can. Ricky Gibson is grabbing his leg here, Brian.
He's got one other leg.
Tree trunk-like leg at that. Eddie Pearl.
Oh, Fisherman brain buster.
He might do it. The Midnight Heat might steal it here.
Here we go.
No.
Wow. That could have been considered an upset.
Eddie Pearl, Ricky Gibson getting into those deep waters, I think. Workhorsemen were maybe looking for a doomsday device there. We saw JD Drake scaling the top rope. The Midnight Heat felt it. They felt they were in a very dangerous place.
I like that both teams are making lots of tags. They're not trying to keep it all on one guy.
I mean, are they?
Look
or
out.
is it the Midnight Heat making a lot of
Superplex.
tags? Because
They're not done.
oh, look how he holds the neck there to
From the
keep him in
heavens he
place
came
for his
down.
partner.
Cover.
That's got to be it.
No,
Again,
it is not.
little
No, it
things.
does not gotta
It's
be,
a
Brian
beautiful
Zane.
thing to see.
Boy, at this point, you
It
got to
warms
wonder
an old
who's
man's
gonna
heart, let me tell
slip
you.
on that banana peel first. Who's going to capitalize on something? It's really any man's match.
Hold on,
Oh,
Anthony
that's
Henry
okay.
trying to steal it.
Wait.
No banana peel, not yet.
Here we go. Swing and a miss. Henry's got to try and think fast here. Wait a minute.
Sunset flip.
Tag
I
made.
don't like the look of those tights.
I saw full moon.
From behind, Ricky Gibson.
Here we go, coming off the ropes. Oh, accidental collision.
Oh, no.
A meeting of the minds between the Midnight Heat and Seguri kick.
Blind
now
tag.
Gibson back in the worst possible corner.
look at this.
Oh, dear. Oh, my.
Power slam.
Ricky
Oh, my
Gibson.
God. Air traffic control. We got a problem.
Big
Halfway
diving
across the ring.
headbutt.
A diving headbutt from JD Drake, the legal man.
No.
But broken up at the last possible second by Eddie Pearl. You saw Anthony Henry go for the cover initially. I think that momentary lapse in judgment may have cost the Workhorsemen here.
There
Zane.
was some confusion there over who was legal, and that you're right. That could have cost them precious seconds.
Precious seconds is all you need. 1, 2, 3. That's what the Workhorseman is looking for here off the double knees. And the cannonball.
I'm glad that person's head blocked the impact because that was a gruesome looking contact.
Oh.
Assisted flatliner there.
Oh my goodness.
Cover.
No! Whoa, I thought that
Beautiful
was it.
save
Damn it, Devin.
by Pearl.
Now, hey, you cannot blame Devin for that. That was 100% Eddie.
Oh, so you admit that they're cheating. The Midnight Heat doing what they do best.
I've never
cheating.
I've never denied it. And now there's some jaw jacking here between Devin and Eddie, fighting on here.
Now
on the
what's going to
outside.
happen
Look
with the
at that.
misdirection?
Face first
Oh.
into that support beam.
Yeah, the same post that earlier on tonight took Jaden out of commission, and Anthony Henry's pissed, handful of hair, but gets his throat crotched on the top.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Look
that's
at
going to
that.
be it.
The quickness.
And the
Got
win.
him. Beautiful.
The winners of this match.
Oh, don't boo these guys. Don't boo them. There's nothing to boo them for. They're just being fantastic tag team wrestlers. This is one I've been waiting for the entire show, not going to lie. When I stumbled across this one, I just slapped myself and said, why haven't I seen this? It's the Midnight Heat taking on SCU's Frankie, Kazarian, Scorpio Sky. It is coming to us from Wrestling Fanatics over on YouTube. Don't worry, guys. Go down below. You'll see the links. Do the things. Go hit the subscribe buttons.
For years, the last time Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky tagged was against none other than Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler of FTR. So things really coming together in a very cosmic sense here tonight, though Midnight Heat disappointed, feeling slighted by the world, losing out on that opportunity to face FTR. This is about as good of a make good as you get, Ryan. I'm not sure if anyone could be displeased with this.
Certainly, I mean, on one
I
mean, no one's more upset than these guys because they had something to prove tonight. They wanted to show the world that they could not just hang with the best, but beat the best.
And there's a little moon
And so now I'm going to
ski.
tell you this, Jordan, that they may be facing, looking across the ring from Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian, two world-class wrestlers in their own right. But deep down, they are going to visualize Cash and Dax with every punch, with every kick, with every hold, because they, deep down in their souls,
I don't know if that's smart strategy, Brian Zane. SCU are a very different tag team than
Yes,
FTR.
they are.
Frankie Kazarian saying anything you can do, I can do better, Eddie Pearl. Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, though as prestigious as FTR, as accomplished as FTR, are a very different tag team. So if you're Pearl and Gibson, you can't hope to win going into this match with the same strategy you had when you were expecting FTR.
No, and I will say this, that the Midnight Heat are certainly thrown for a loop, taking on a team completely different than what they had planned for, what they had hoped for and strategized. But keep in mind, SCU, they have not teamed together in 4 honking years, and that is going to affect the chemistry of anyone out there. How good you are.
Beautiful.
Listen, Frankie Kazarian
But
may
then
have teamed with Scorpio
Kazarian
Sky
answers.
in 4 years, but he has spent those 4 years very, very busy, from AEW to
Roseland
TNA
9
right
was the
here in
event.
Prestige Wrestling. It's not the first time Frankie Kazarian has been a last-minute substitution for a Prestige event in collaboration with West Coast Pro. I think back to an incredible effort against Kevin Blackwood back at Savage Mode.
Absolutely.
Eddie Pearl sending Kazarian against the ropes, was going for the hip
Nice
toss
by
there, but
Kazarian.
the shoulders down.
Nope, shoulders
no,
wide up.
Veteran of over 20 years here is Frankie Kazarian, putting that lengthy and wonderful career to good use against Eddie Pearl.
And star of such great films as Backyard Dogs.
Control of the arm here from Frankie Kazarian. I really think we're seeing this strategy, or perhaps lack thereof, this counterintuitive strategy from the Midnight Heat coming into play. They got Frankie Kazarian isolated right now, but they are wrestling
This is
now
classic
as if
Heat
they were
right
wrestling
here.
FTR, and that will only
We
take
have
them so
seen the
far.
misdirection.
Cover, and a
Oh,
kick out from
man,
Kazarian.
dude.
Well, so
Heat
far
and
it seems to be
FTR,
working.
come
You
on,
like
man.
that teamwork there, the
That'd be
fluidity
fire.
by the Midnight Heat.
It's the commentator's curse. As soon as I say it, they, reverse the offense, reverse the tide of the match.
It gets us all, Jordan. And look at that arm drag, though.
That arm drag got Ricky Gibson, and we are right back at square one. Kazarian on top of Gibson, looking to get the shoulders down, and that is the expertise of a veteran like a Frankie Kazarian. Ricky Gibson tried to put the shoulders down to alleviate the pressure. It's human instinct. Nearly got himself counted down. There is no winning against SCU. Big round kick. And Scorpio Sky now the legal man.
Right. What a return it would be, a reunion for SCU.
Cover. The kick out.
For them to beat one of the greatest tag team champions that Prestige has ever seen, and just one of the greatest tag teams you will see in wrestling today.
Gibson working his way up to his feet.
Scorpio Sky telling me earlier
I like
on
how
that being
Scorpio's
with
got that
SCU
locked in.
took him from being a good independent wrestler to a great pro wrestler. Elevated his game so much and
Up and
launched his
over.
career to the next level. And looking to
Another
make good on
deep-
that love and
those are so
admiration he has for his
Steamboat-esque,
partnership
those
with Frankie
deep arm
Kazarian
drags.
by picking up a win here in his Prestige debut.
Of course, we can't forget Christopher Daniels in this equation. Of course, he was a vital part of SCU.
Frankie Kazarian actually telling me earlier on tonight that for a very long time he felt like CD was the veteran. The Fallen Angel was the one giving him all the tools of the trade and teaching him so much. And now
There's
Frankie
the
Kazarian
Mr.
looking
There
to
you go.
rescue
They drew in
Scorpio Sky,
Kazarian. The referee's
but indeed
distracted. We've seen this the
accidentally
entire
turning
show. It's
referee
tag team
Bradley's
wrestling.
back, leaving the opening for the double team from the Midnight Heat.
Well, if he knew better,
Referee
he
saw
would let
nothing
Bradley
but
focus
the
on
tag.
the match.
Again,
Here
it's
we go.
emotion, and it's such an emotional night for SCU. Their first time doing this in 4 years. So much to prove, not only to the fans and the Midnight Heat, but to themselves. You can hardly blame Frankie Kazarian for letting that emotion get the best of him.
Like I said, it's a motion. It's a very short turnaround time to get ready for this matchup. Your first match together in 4 years. It's great to, I heard these guys in the back earlier today. They were reconnecting and they were just talking about shared things. Oh, what did you watch on Netflix this week? There's that. But then they actually have to get down to brass tacks and put in the work. And right now they're going to have to come from behind.
Yeah, Midnight Heat may have been expecting different opponents, but they were expecting to compete.
Yeah, but when you're as good as the Midnight Heat, it doesn't matter who you put them in the ring with.
The same cannot be said of SCU 24 hours ago. But now, Scorpio Sky with a stunner, escaping that headlock by any means necessary.
Good escape.
Gibson.
Look at this now.
Ricky Gibson stopping the tag. He saw Scorpio Sky reaching for Frankie Kazarian, and he cut him off at the pass, dropping the elbow. Cover.
Nice elbow drop. Ooh. Not enough.
Again, very fundamental, simple wrestling here, Brian Zane.
And that's what it's really been about. That's been the key to the Midnight Heat's success for their entire run. They are not flashy. They are not. They're kind of like FTR in a way.
No flips, just fists.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It's a successful style, and it's been very good to Ricky and Eddie.
Right now, Scorpio Sky with nasty shots, trying to escape, sent into the corner, and now Eddie Pearl back in this thing. Say what you will about the Midnight Heat. They're former Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions for a reason. I may not like the attitude and the drum shaking and the rule breaking, but they are an excellent tag team, especially here in the Pacific Northwest. And as they dominate Scorpio
Sky, as a heel tag team,
clear.
yes, these guys are great.
What a show we've had so far tonight. These fans are still alive and just full of pep as we've got 2 more matches to go here, 2 championship matches. But folks, I think that the stakes in this match are about as big as any championship.
Oh, got him. Got him.
Saw the Prestige
got him.
Tag team titles. Cover from Gibson. Kick out from Sky. Frankie Kazarian nearly inserting himself illegally there. We saw Sinner and Saint with a successful retention of the Prestige Wrestling Tag Team titles. That Los Suavecitos,
making Kazarian watch.
West Coast Pro
I got your boy right here, and you have to watch it.
You got to think the same is true of the DP.
You can't do anything. You're power.
Jake Something, Mike Bailey. If Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian are able to pull out a win here on a stage against the Midnight Heat, if the Midnight Heat were able to pull out a win over SCU, that would no doubt put them in line for potential championship opportunities at Prestige, DPW, West Coast Pro, or beyond.
I mean, you said it. I think a win for either of these teams is going to do wonders for their careers. Can you imagine?
Cover from Pearl.
Imagine if the Midnight Heat,
they
can't beat FTR tonight, but what if they beat SCU?
What's up,
Midnight
Paul?
Heat, such a successful year.
Glad
More
you're
wins
back.
than losses, and they've been big wins over the likes of the Workhorsemen at Roseland 7. Dirty Breeze at Roseland.
Crowd getting behind SCU as they should, and they're doing their part.
The Midnight Heat indeed hot and unstoppable.
Oh, nobody home there.
As soon as I say it, commentators curse. Commentators curse. Scorpio Sky coming off the
Jawbreaker.
The Castle commentary curse.
Breaking the jaw of Ricky Gibson. Scorpio Sky needs a tag, Brian Zane.
Absolutely, it's do or die time for SCU, but look
nice
at
by Gibson, knocking Kazarian off the apron.
Ricky Gibson.
Nobody there for the tag.
One.
Not only are they smart, they are willing to travel the roads that SCU are not. They're willing to break and bend the rules. They have no regard for what is right, as long as it gets them the victory. Case in point, big choke from Eddie Pearl.
That's right. Midnight Heat looking to finally prove all the doubters and the haters wrong in a matchup such as this.
Eddie Pearl now back to the headlock, back to that ground game. So fundamental, so traditional, but so effective. You talk about what it would mean for the Midnight Heat, Brian, to pick up a victory over SCU. Not only the inaugural AEW Tag Team Champions, former Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, and they are well on their way here. But Scorpio Sky again muscles his way back up. Shots to the gut, escape to the hold of Pearl.
Look at them go here now. Wait a minute.
Nice by Gibson. Yanked Scorpio back into the corner.
Employed here by Ricky.
But
is it cheater?
If it worked, it's
Is it going to work? No, it's not. There's tag.
Through and tags in Frankie Kazarian.
Now I am the one who is cursed.
The king of TNA cursing the Midnight Heat here.
Here we go.
That's right.
Kazarian,
You
look at that.
don't sleep.
Drops Eddie Pearl.
Question when you
And
do.
the Roseland Theater on fire.
Nice leg drop.
Guillotine style.
Look at the quickness of the former X-Division champion.
Scooping a slam.
Here we go.
Another springboard leg drop.
drop.
This time to Pearl. Hooks the leg. But it's not enough.
Good resilience on display by Pearl.
Call it the X Division, call it the cruiserweight style, call it the junior heavyweight style, whatever it is, the 21st century variation of it was pioneered
Looking
by
for a
Frankie
chicken wing
Kazarian,
here.
who's now looking to lock in that chicken wing, perhaps.
Not so fast, my friend. Look at that counter by Pearl
Into the neck breaker.
Pearl has to
Nice by
capitalize. Here he
Pearl.
goes, hooks the
Cover
leg.
made. 2 count.
No. Frankie Kazarian spent minutes upon minutes upon minutes, not only waiting for this moment, but watching Scorpio Sky decimated by the Midnight Heat. Now, he's making him pay for it.
Absolutely. Now, SCU finally getting some of that precious momentum. This is the most they've had all matchup. Midnight Heat are winded and they are fading.
Though I'll point out, Scorpio Sky a non-factor here, only now returning back to their corner.
Oh!
Elbow from Kazarian, in comes Sky with a blind tag.
Backside.
Ah, that cracked the back. Look out!
Into a
springboard neck breaker,
slingshot cutter.
Broken up by Pearl.
Man,
now Kazarian,
thank God Pearl was
trying to take
there,
Pearl out
like
of the
they said.
equation.
I could feel that from up here.
They're calling for the end, maybe thinking SCU later.
That's a move they've won championships with, Jordan.
Gibson's up.
Gibson saw it. Or, sorry, Pearl saw it coming, excuse me.
And how about this? Hot seat, backstabbeth.
Gibson, he's got the match won.
Oh, no,
man,
just
it
a
was
2,
almost
no hook of the
backstabbeth
leg.
that
You cursed them this time, Brian.
Oh, yeah. Fine, don't tell them that.
Scorpio Sky, Ricky Gibson, the legal men, but you wouldn't know it as Eddie Pearl reinserts himself once again, only to get dropped with a big DDT from Frankie Kazarian.
Dropping people like flies with the DDT, but look at that! The rebound into the backbreaker, my goodness!
Yeah, really zeroing in the back.
Fireman's
Frankie
carry.
Kazarian.
Down the back
Ricky
goes
lands on
Gibson.
his feet,
Duck
but Sky
under.
ducks the line.
Duck under.
Does so again.
Oh, they collide.
Nasty
Heads
collision.
have a knocked
And
right there.
Pardon the cheekiness, but no hair to cushion the blow. 2 bald gentlemen.
I mean, I heard that smack. You can hear it all the way in Seattle.
Eddie Pearl with those donut eyes all glazed over. And now Kazarian knocking some sprinkles onto him here.
Yeah, these teams are knocking this out of the
Ricky
park.
Gibson trading shots with Scorpio Sky. This is a slugfest, Brian saying.
It was advertised as FTR, I guess, for the actual show itself. FTR couldn't make it, so they to have SCU step in last minute and have a team together in 4 years, yeah, they're definitely haven't missed a beat.
They made this personal. Right now, against Kazarian at Sky, it may be coming back to bite him in the ass.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, Kazarian just flung out of the
by
ring.
Pearl there.
Eddie Pearl and Ricky Gibson alone in the ring now with Scorpio Sky.
Can they take
Discretion of referee
advantage?
Bradley knows that no one here, least of all the competitors, want to see this match end in a double disqualification. Scorpio Sky caught with the enziguri from Pearl. Gibson got him on the shoulders.
Oh no, there's
Kazarian.
Kazarian.
Kazarian sweeping the leg of Eddie Pearl. Small package from Scorpio Sky.
Ooh, nope.
Gibson gets the shoulder up.
You have to hand it to the Midnight Heat. They are not getting caught slipping just yet.
Tag was made.
There's a blind tag, I believe.
Sky catches the boot of Gibson. Kazarian.
Wait a minute.
Assisted.
Tornado DDT.
Hooks that leg. SCU victorious.
No, kick out.
My goodness. I think Ricky Gibson's life flashed before his eyes there with that 2 count.
But ever
Mine
the
did too.
veteran,
Don't
ever
feel
the
bad,
ring
Fizdale.
tactician, Frankie Kazarian staying right on top of him. Not getting caught in the moment, tagging in Scorpio Sky and going for the kill. Ricky Gibson, SCU later.
Oh, that's probably it.
That's it. Whoa!
No.
Pearl.
Did you see that?
How could I see it? I have eyes, Brian Zane. Eddie
Beautiful.
Pearl
Pulls the
grabbing
referee out of the ring.
Pulling him outside the ring. That would have been it. Ricky Gibson hasn't moved.
And then threw him into Kazarian. Kazarian's now been posted.
Quick thinking by Eddie Pearl to grab the referee's leg.
Just as they did the Prestige Wrestling Tag Team titles, just as they did in matches against all the teams I listed. They're going to steal this.
No. Kick out by Sky.
Not like that.
It's going to take a bit more than that to put Scorpio Sky away for certain. Oh, and this could be that.
Putting Scorpio Sky
hot seat
in the hot seat. Cover.
That is it.
No. Here are your winners.
Wait.
Yes. Ricky Gibson. Yes, Jordan Castle.
I don't think the referee's
Ricky
handed
Gibson and Eddie Pearl making a statement, making lemonade out of lemons. They didn't get their dream match with FTR, but they came out of their
kind of curious. I think
with a win against the vaunted, lauded SCU.
Listen, Brian, take nothing away from SCU. They look very, very impressive teaming here tonight.
That was a good match. I just don't know what I don't know if that was the planned finish or not. Because the referee didn't. I don't think he hit the mat for a 3 count. I'm going to jump into our main event. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. C4 taking on the Midnight Heat. Let's
Wrestling immortality in front of God and everybody on IWTV and right here in the Rose City.
In the same building where it all began. It all comes crashing down.
Here we go.
Guillermo Rosas with a hot start on Ricky Gibson. Shun and Pearl duking it out. And this one is bowling shoe ugly, Brian Zane. I said it earlier on with Alan Angels and Sonico in the Ghouls Realm match. I'll repeat myself here. These men hate each other. Not dislike, not strongly dislike, they hate each other. 4-letter word, capital H. You don't get to a point like this.
Out to the floor goes Pearl.
If we see one headlock or leg scissor in this matchup, I will be amazed. Because there's no room for that in a match such as this. With everything on the line and so much pride and history at stake, you've got to know that they're going to pull out all the stops.
C4 and their 152-day reign as inaugural champions with successful defenses against the likes of the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Big Stark's Brand West Coast, Reno Scum.
Oh, here they go.
Pax Americana, Violence is Forever. Midnight Heat, because of Ricky Gibson's injury and supposed relinquishing of the tag team championships.
Keep your eye on that chain that's there in the corner of the ring. Wait a minute.
Hold on, they're running. They're running for the hills here.
Well, they're getting out of dodge.
I think they're just looking
Looking for a steel chair, perhaps.
Oh, we got plunder.
Cut him off the pass.
Well, there's all the stuff. That's what they have to work with here in order to claim those championship belts, which are hung high above.
Oof.
Oh my God, I felt the floor shake. Did you hear that?
Scoop slam to the floor.
We got tables, ladders, chairs. Oh my.
It is hard linoleum floor.
And we got C4 in the Midnight Heat. I'm here for it.
Chops from Chun and Rosas.
1 second. Is he a crew member? What's he doing getting involved?
Oh, well, Eddie Pearl, shots to the gut, using that height against Guillermo Rosas here. Stomping the hell out of him.
If you wrote the word hate on every grain of sand in the Sahara Desert, there would not be enough hate to encapsulate the amount of which exists between these 4 men.
You mentioned Cody Chun with his recent singles
Well, I expect this to be brutal if that's the case. They're really milking
that was not without the interference of
the hatred between these two teams.
Efforts. Ricky Gibson and Eddie Pearl sticking their nose, in business where it did not belong, nearly costing Chun that honor. But it was with the help of Rosas and C420 cohort Sonico. They managed to eke out the victory.
I mean, all this acrimony, all the fighting, all the.
Oh, we got our first ladder.
Oh man!
It's all because
Here
of
we
those belts
go.
hanging above the ring. It's all because of that professional accolade.
Guillermo Rosas introducing the ladder into this one for the first time. He's setting it up in the center of the ring. And Cody, I was talking to Guillermo earlier on tonight. I have it on good authority. He is afraid of heights. He is not a fan of roller coasters, of tall buildings.
He's pulling a merch table to the ring, I think.
Oh, he's not going to be climbing anything after that steel chair shot to the dome. My point is, do you think that trepidation from Rosas will in any way hinder C4?
I mean, if he keeps that vigor going like he did just a minute ago, then we might have quite an interesting story on our hands here. I noticed
Trying to get everybody back.
Has a very similar haircut to yours, Jordan.
What is the significance of that?
Well, they're trying to give it to you guys. You got to get back.
Well, right now, a little more than his mind might be getting crossed. But Eddie Pearl able to evade. Ricky Gibson taking the fight to the outside. And now
posted.
It is the mind of Cody Chun sent against that ring post. In the ring, Pearl scaling to the top. Chun can do nothing but watch.
Unencumbered for a moment until Rosas gets back in there. Good thinking by Guillermo.
Making the save is Rosas, but from
And
behind
now the numbers
game.
game.
Midnight Heat catching up.
Isolate one and work on the other.
It's not an ordinary tag team match where there's pinfalls or submissions. You have to incapacitate your opponent to the point where you can climb that ladder, use every ounce of strength in your body to claim those belts. Oh my God.
Well, right now they're not climbing it, Zane. They are lodging it into the gut of Guillermo Rosas.
That's the thing.
You gotta think his internal organs are screaming here.
Your number one tool for success can also become your worst enemy in that ladder.
And I have to think the Midnight Heat have a decided disadvantage here throughout this entire issue with C4. They have used foreign objects, whether it's shades. Oh my God!
What's up, Ishmael? Glad to see you back, brother. This is my first time watch. I'm zoned in, man. Ooh!
Lucky chin clipped on that chair.
That was a nasty fall from Pearl right there. A nasty land.
Shotgun drop kick there from Rosas lands the mark. Hold on. Gibson sending Rosas into the ladder.
Things are getting serious here. I think Eddie Pearl might have busted his mouth open on impact there.
Yeah, no doubt. That was tough.
Serious, since they feel like they were screwed out of those championships at Roseland too.
There you can see the crimson starting to pour out of Eddie Pearl's mouth.
I mean, hell, even before Roseland 2, in Midnight Heat's very first match in Prestige, they were defeated by who else but C4. These teams are destined to do this forever.
These two teams have crossed paths more times than we can count.
Gibson getting another ladder in play.
Prestige wrestling, Pow Pro Wrestling, you name it. And I would
Chen sliding in the ring.
Dead heat. It's almost dead even between these two teams.
Oh, stalemate here. Chun and Gibson, both ends of the ladders. Two bigger men on their respective teams.
Chun.
A proverbial game of tug of war here.
Absolutely.
Oh, lost
much like
it
his tag
though.
team partner Rosas a few moments earlier. Chun just sandwiched between that ladder and that turnbuckle here.
Oh.
And as if that weren't enough, a face full of steel.
If the Heat weren't dangerous enough tag team wrestlers, now they have other partners with them and the toys that are in the ring to use at their disposal. That just makes them even that much more dangerous.
Good right now, Zane.
Absolutely. Where's his partner now? Rosas is left laying here while classic Cody Chun is getting picked apart.
And as I was saying a few moments ago, I do think this match lends itself to the Midnight Heat throughout this entire issue. Whether it's been brick-lading shoes or steel chains, they have used foreign objects. They are used to implementing this here. C4 maybe not as much.
Well, you see, what they've been doing this whole time is they've been poking the bear. They have laid out
Cody getting waylaid right there by Pearl.
Try to antagonize your opponent enough to the point where they can't focus and you take advantage. Look at this. You can see Cody now busted open.
I believe the mouth, if I'm not mistaken, of Eddie Pearl is also punctured.
That's right. Now Rosas back in the ring, and you can see the blood staining Eddie Pearl's wrist tape. And Cody he looks stunned. He looks like he's not even.
Oh, Gibson's got the chain.
The lights are on, but nobody's home.
Here we go.
Shades of talk is cheap.
Oh no! Look at this! Look at that!
Oh man!
You can see the blood just pouring out of Cody's head as the
Yeah, yeah.
chain.
Ishmael, you weren't playing.
In the past, and now Ricky Gibson putting it to
Chun
use
is
against the cranium of Guillermo Rosas.
Shane to the
he's
skull.
deep. He's cut
Deja
deep.
vu, the same night they supposedly, quote unquote, relinquished the tag team titles, only to spoil the triple threat.
Look at this. Look at this. This shows you how bad the Midnight Heat want those belts. They're willing to stoop to any level, and you have to respect that.
It's almost hard to watch, Brian Zane.
I mean, they're not stooping to any different level. This is a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Like, there's no disqualification. Anything goes. So what levels are they stooping to?
And look at Cody Chun. He's laying over his tag team partner, doing everything he can to protect Rosas.
They're beating
here.
the crap out of C4 right now.
The union between those two men.
They've utilized everything at their disposal.
Prove me wrong here, but I tell you what, is it worth it? Is it worth all this pain and this injury? Oh my God, look at this.
And again, just digging into the forehead of Rosas here. Shades of the late great Terry Funk.
The Midnight Heat are students of the old school, and you know they had a lot
And it
of
shows,
old
and I
school
love
wrestling,
it.
Jordan, a lot of blood, a lot of pain, a lot of grit, and a lot of broken bones.
We're seeing all of that and more on display here. The Midnight Heat systematically dissecting C4. A hush has fallen over the Roseland Theater.
Absolutely, they were not expecting this. They were not expecting Midnight Heat to dominate this match thus far.
But I resent that, Brian Zane. Don't you for a second question the toughness of C4.
Absolutely, they're great. They're a great team. They're very tough. And right now, this very tough team is getting tenderized at the hands of Gibson and Pearl.
I got to be honest, Gibson and Pearl, they picked their moments and they pounced, and now
look at this. This is just turning into
it's a snuff film.
I mean, yeah, you said it. I didn't want to repeat myself, but good Lord.
A snuff film? It was
turning to a dark place here,
God.
folks.
Yeah, Rosas is leaking. Chun on the outside. Both men on the floor here. This is not a good look for C4.
Climb that ladder and get those belts, guys. Let's go.
Take now is for the Midnight Heat to set that ladder up, climb rung by rung, and reach.
One climb, the other have referee. You know, you just held it earlier, so you can hold it again. And the other one of you just.
His way back into the ring. Can't even make his way back up to his feet here.
The heart, though, of C4.
You know, the Midnight Heat, I believe they've proven their point. Oh!
Well, maybe not.
Signs of life. This is the most you've seen Cody move in minutes.
A burst, a flurry.
Cody's
of
firing up.
Cody Chun perhaps finding his second win. You got to think all that blood pouring down his face. It's impairing his eyesight here.
He's got the fire in his eyes. Does
No
Cody
quit.
Chun, does he have the strength left? How much blood has he lost?
Oh, he's climbing. He's going after it. He used that energy wisely, but did he really? Oh no, that ladder's destroyed.
And the damn ladder's bent, Zane.
I mean, that ladder I don't think is going to be functional for the rest of the evening.
United needs to get it out of the way before that shit jabs somebody.
A main event for the ages here, and I said from the top of the show, history is always made at Roseland. And folks, the price these four men are willing to pay, I mean, it's indescribable.
History is indeed decided by the winners. And it seems, oh my God, from out of nowhere, Guillermo Rosas
He's got a chair.
In hand. Shot to Gibson.
Chair has entered the chat.
You know, Chair has just been neutralized by Eddie Pearl.
Oh, you just gave him another weapon to use.
He's spitting up blood here, Zane. I mean, at one point, if you're C4, of course, the tag team championships mean everything to them. But at one point, do you have to realize that
you're getting a real raw and mean side of the Midnight Heat right here.
Maybe the chips are down. Maybe it's time to, I don't just try and lick your wounds, live to fight another day. You can get another shot at those tag titles.
That is not the nature of Guillermo Rosas. Not tonight. Not against the Midnight Heat. Tables, ladders, and chairs at Roseland 6. Somehow, some way, Rosas is still on his feet.
Rosas, pound for pound, the strongest member of C4.
Oh.
Using every pound he's got to throw Pearl face first into that ladder.
Now Rosas, he has to make his way back up to his feet. He has to mount that ladder. He has to climb that ladder.
Oh man, yeah, they are.
Tag team championships. There are
both
so
C4 are painted in crimson right now.
Again, we've seen ingenuity from both C4 and the Midnight Heat.
To get on each other's shoulders, form a Voltron.
I wouldn't put anything past these men, and there it is.
The chain is back in the equation. Uses it as a variation of a neck breaker. Oh, that crafty Ricky Gibson. That crafty.
Third belt just for that chain.
How about Midnight Heat win the tag team championships first? Then they can have their little prize. And again, he's choking the life on Guillermo Rosas here. The man is barely conscious of that blood loss. This is going to incapacitate him in moments.
And Brad Lee, really, his presence there is superlative. It's not necessary. He can't do anything about what we're seeing here. All he can do is ring the bell once those belts have been grabbed. Where are these guys going?
Ricky Gibson, he's pulling Guillermo Rosas perhaps outside the Roseland Theater. And if we can get a shot inside the ring, Eddie Pearl, the only man left on his feet.
Oh, yeah, this is brother.
Good strategy here.
Our boy Ishmael said this was the bloodiest TLC match in Prestige Wrestling history, and this is the only TLC match I've seen from Prestige Wrestling history, and I'm tending to just go ahead and err on the side of caution and take our boy's word and say that this is indeed the bloodiest TLC match in Prestige Wrestling. Unbelievable performances here. Or just sheer, just crushing it on all levels.
Frustrating, and look at C4.
The storytelling,
the dark lighting in that corner of the room combined with the camera. I feel like I'm watching
C4 should be commended for the buckets of blood that they are losing.
But this is all too real. There's no corn syrup. It's not the stuff they used in Kerry.
There's referee Devin Campbell and one of the crew members at ringside there. Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. I tell you what.
Yeah, Jesus.
Call the Bloodmobile because we got a couple of donors here tonight.
Pearl. Inside the ring, bringing Chun back up to his feet. Rosas doing anything he can to stop the bleeding on the outside. Irish whips Chun into the ropes, but gets caught with a kick to the face.
With this, now showing some energy here. Look out, Eddie!
Back!
Oh, there's the other ladder. It's gone bye-bye.
The ladder nearly snaps. And I think perhaps you were omnipotent, Zane. All these ladders getting crunched. How the hell are these guys going to climb to grab the titles?
Well, thank you. Your comment about me goes without saying. But be that as it may, these four men are never going to be the same after this match, regardless of who wins.
Cody Chun staggering up to his feet. He's on spaghetti legs.
This is Gibson now. He has got to be the freshest man in there. He's the only one not bleeding.
Again, it's not saying
Takes
much, but yes, I think you're correct.
Drills Cody from behind. Look at all that blood all over that ladder, guys. I don't know if you saw that shot.
You know how thick your blood has to be to stain aluminum, steel, whatever you want to stain metal?
That's a lot of blood, and boy, I don't know, I just caught a glimpse of Gibson's eyes there. Those are the eyes of a man
possessed.
Who might be reaching a different plane of existence right now.
He is possessed here.
Gibson and Pearl saying that the Midnight Heat are hot and unstoppable, and right now,
wait a minute,
Cody Chun stopping Gibson dead in his tracks.
Boy, that could have taken Cody's lights out. Had the wherewithal to stop him.
Instead, takes Gibson's lights out. Hip toss into the chair.
Nicely done.
Tremendously for Gibson.
A classic reversal from Chun.
Can Pearl get up and?
He's got the steel chair in hand. He's not done.
I don't know where Cody Chun has been able to get this fight. I had him written off. I had him left for dead about 5-10 minutes ago.
You can't do that with anybody. Human nature kicks in, and it's go time.
Doing everything he can to win tonight. All four men are at least on the ring, if not in the ring. Wait a minute.
Going for that signature C4 offense.
Oh, yeah, drove Gibson down into the chair.
The Midnight Heat copied back at the Cascadia Wrestling Cup. In their
Finally, C4 after what seems like eternity. Like legit 20 minutes of an ass whipping. Or 10 minutes of an ass whipping. No, more close to 20.
Hold on. Sean.
You can't climb a ladder if you got a busted hand. Now wait a minute.
Brian, I think C4, they want a little poetic justice. They want to bring things full circle here.
Now if they use the chain, are they going to be the Midnight Heat?
Hey, here's the difference. This is tables, ladders, and chairs. This anything goes.
Oh my God, you see that blood just go everywhere.
Guillermo Rosas with the gloop of the night. And now look at Gibson. He knows he's in trouble.
You know what they say, Brian? Karma's a Ricky Gibson.
Hey, wait a minute. Look at, oh no. Look at this, Cody now. He's got Gibson help. Come on.
I'm not sure if
I don't know. This.
Oh no.
Oh.
He lands the shots repeated, no mercy. Shown for Ricky Gibson here.
Those first two shots are absolutely unguarded. Oh no.
They have tormented C4
oh, yeah.
entire prestige career, and now Midnight Heat are paying a very bloody price.
Yep. You saw that. That chain was wrapped around his head. Those first two shots were, yeah.
He is quickly caught up with everyone else. Good Lord.
All four of these men, suffice it to say, will never, and I mean ever, be the same again. Shades of Dusty Rhodes there.
Oh, Gibson's just crumbled out to the floor, trying to get everybody, get a referee between him and the crowd.
Animal is hit by a car and tumbles to the side of the road. Good Lord. The brutality we have witnessed so far.
I don't think that ladder is going to be usable, buddy.
This match is just unreal levels.
You almost.
Oh, depends on what you want to use it for, I guess. Ouch.
To the nether regions.
Oh, Gibson now. He could be maybe walking away to get some medical assistance. That is a big cut on his head.
Let's see C4. They're not done.
Ouch.
Just drilling that ladder into the groin.
Oh no, the Wombats of Eddie Pearl are taking a beating.
In your life. You know if you're watching at home how badly that hurts. Oh my God.
Damn.
There are no words, Brian Zane. There simply are no words for the brutality.
How has that been the most painful thing to watch tonight?
I think C4.
This is violence personified. This is a war. They were talking about how brutal and how personal it was. They ain't lying.
I mean, he looks like the final survivor, if we're being honest.
Guillermo Rosas stalking him with that chair in hand.
Gibson now, I think he's worse for wear. He's trying to beg off. Give him a break. Give him a break.
Hold on, back inside the ring. I'm not sure if our cameras can catch it.
Oh!
But Eddie Pearl gouging at the face of Cody Chun.
I think he might have gone for an eye there. Oh!
Off the back of Gibson.
Oh, Jesus. Gibson now.
And Guillermo Rosas.
Yeah, Gibson was opened up hardcore.
What is going on here?
An all-out fucking fight. That is what is going on here.
In prestige wrestling. Oh no.
Now I'm gonna go back and watch. I'm gonna do a rivalry show on C4 in the Midnight Heat. I want to see what led to this. I have to at this point. This is violent. This is brutal, and there's a nut shot.
Whatever they have in mind, it just got cut off by Eddie Pearl. Perhaps after the ladder drilled him in his nether regions.
Oh!
Double choke slam through the table.
At that point, folks, what C4 got left? I mean, the Midnight Heat, these guys have just been through hell and back. Look at these.
What does C4 have left, Brian? I feel like we've been asking that damn question for the past 10 minutes.
Everybody's bleeding.
They found a way to stay back in this thing. Perpetually, they find a way to stay back into this thing.
There is nothing fancy
Jesus.
about this match. You couldn't even call it a match. It's a fight. Folks, pure and simple. It's a wonder this thing got sanctioned.
I mean, credit where credit's due to Prestige Management. They tried to do things the old-fashioned way back at Roseland 5. We tried to have a straight-up tag team match. Midnight Heat wouldn't let it happen. They've done this to themselves. Right now, trying to do a whole lot more to Cody Chun in the wrong part of town.
Thus far, they've dominated most of the match, so they have gotten them right where they wanted them. But the question is going to be, can they put them away? Can they do enough damage to keep them down? Same can be said for fucking C4, because these guys are crushing it.
Team's going to be in action next weekend in Missoula, Montana. Tickets still available. PrestigeWrestling.net. But who will be the tag team champions heading into that Montana debut remains to be seen.
And whoever wins the match, will they even be in any condition to fight in Missoula?
You got to think if you're Los Suavecitos or the Natterday Saints, you are smiling watching this one at home. And oh my God, another ladder introduced by Ricky Gibson.
We got ourselves another one. Well, they asked earlier, how are you going to climb? Excuse me, without a ladder. You get a bigger ladder.
Ricky Gibson taking his time, and why shouldn't he?
Now look at this ladder. This is the tallest one we have seen. That is going to be the easiest one for them to climb and reach that prize.
Why shouldn't the Midnight Heat take their time after that choke slam?
Who's going
on
up?
The outside to Guillermo Rosas? There's no chance in hell that man is walking of his own accord tonight, let alone breaking this up.
I mean, we can't see from our vantage point, but for all I know, Rosas is still a pancake on the floor. Wait a minute.
Hold on. I'm hearing the reaction of the audience. Oh my God, he's back
he's
to
up.
his feet.
The pancake lives. How is he? What?
Guillermo Rosas. He's marching his way to ringside.
But he's
Somehow,
walking into a danger zone, but he's fighting back.
He is still fighting with
We got a table propped up in the corner, big ass ladder in the ring. Oof.
Whatever you want to call it, he is back in the ring, if only for the moment. Rolls to the outside once again, and Midnight Heat going to have their way with C4.
Oh my goodness, this match has just been an all-out.
It's a bloodbath.
It's been an exercise in masochism.
Eddie Pearl scaling to the top rope, but Ricky Gibson saying not
nope.
yet. We still have Cody Chun to deal with it now.
Whoa.
Double Cody cutter gets caught.
Not so fast.
Oh!
God.
Oh, shit. Through the table.
Cody Chun's dead.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
plain and simple, Cody Chun's
Jesus.
dead.
This is fucking wild.
This is beyond the page.
I love it.
These guys
I love it. What a way to end the show.
the same book.
Midnight Heat. They are inches away. Eddie
Nope.
Pearl scaling to the top. But Guillermo Rosas back in.
How's he able to?
I have no clue. I stopped asking that question a long time ago. And a spear
Through the table. Gibson took the table shot and a chair shot to the back there. Climb that ladder, Pearl. Climb that ladder. Get those straps.
All Pearl has to do is climb. He is 3 rings away, and Pearl is going to do it. Midnight Heat Prestige Tag Champion. No!
What?
Cody Chun back in the ring.
How is he still breathing?
Cody Cutter!
Oh, no. Got him with a cutter off the ladder.
Off the ladder. And all
The
you
table's
have to do
set.
is climb, kid. You won the Cascadia Wrestling Cup last month. Win the Tag Team Championships. It's the main event of Roseland 6.
The table's set.
Moment, Chun.
Gibson is down. Pearl is down. Roses is down. And Cody is all the way up.
C4 are once again
Yes.
champions.
That was fantastic. It was vicious. It was violent. It was a war. I do like the fact that C4 took a lot of the brunt of the beating and came back and persevered and won the championships. I thought that's good. This is good. Jesus. Unbelievable show. Just wow. I am left fucking speechless after what I've seen today. Which will take us into some final thoughts. I am a big fan of old school tag team wrestling. And these two guys, Eddie Pearl, Ricky Gibson, have it down to a freaking science. They have shown on this, the matches we've seen tonight, various different sides of the game. I thoroughly enjoy their in-ring psychology with how they manipulate the referee to get the advantage and or keep the advantage just by in classic cutting off the ring. It's just vintage old school tag team wrestling at its finest. It was tremendous to sit down and watch the last 2 hours, give or take. This ladder match with C4, oh my God. All four of those guys should be commended for that. Fantastic storytelling. Psychology is on point. They're just good fucking wrestlers, guys. Good wrestlers. If you enjoyed what you saw here, if you're watching us live here on Twitch, or if you're catching us on replay over on YouTube, if you like what you saw, it's been right there on the screen the entire show. Give these guys a follow on social media. Eddie Pearl is precious_Eddie_Pearl over on Instagram. Is Eddie Booked over on X. Ricky Gibson keeps it simple. Love it. It's Rockin' Ricky G. And it is Midnight Heat over on YouTube. And if you want to give them some support with some merchandise, ProWrestlingTees.com/The Midnight Heat. I will definitely be watching more. These guys are tremendous. If you have not seen them before, I encourage you to go out of your way and watch anything, because you're not going to be disappointed with any match that you take a peek at. I appreciate everyone who stopped in tonight. I had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed the show as well. If you have not done so, again, go down below, hit that subscribe button, do the thing. And together we can all enjoy professional wrestling, because it has a way of bringing people together. I am Chris Page. This has been a Wrestling Spotlight. I'll see you next time.